does it mean to be a geek? Part of the Geek Week here on YouTube. So I'm putting a tag out to go with that week. And yes, it's an interesting question because it covers a multitude of areas. At a shallower level, it means I'm interested in this sort of stuff. Computers and technology and fixing them and caring for them, which is a bit strange, and preserving historic things and learning all about them and making sure this history doesn't disappear into nowhere. It means I get excited by 5 1/4 inch floppies and really big old hard drives and some really big old floppy drives. It means I like these because I like the feel of the mechanics moving in these. Real sense of something's happening to make this happen. What else does it mean? There may be a few cuts in this video because there's a lot to cover. It means I drink a lot. No, that doesn't really go with geeking, that's just a personal choice. But yes, at the shallower, more materialistic level, it means I'm interested in all this stuff. It means that if things go wrong, they call me up and I go and try to fix them. Because behind the camera I have loads of components and a very old thermometer. That's for a different video. It means I think a lot of geeks, and this is something that comes up quite a bit in the chat, we suffer from a form of Asperger's. That's the name I'm looking for. Asperger's syndrome. A lot of the people I hang around with on YouTube have either been diagnosed with Asperger's or show symptoms of it, and it's a type of mild autism which creates an obsessive thing. For example, if a piece of hardware goes wrong, I will obsessively get worried about it and try and fix it, no matter what, usually. And for one piece of hardware, the paint box downstairs, that's been going on for over a year. So yes, that's part. I think that seems to be part of being a geek. A lot of geeks, people who call themselves geeks, also say they've either been diagnosed or they show a lot of symptoms of that condition. So I think that comes with it mostly. At other levels, it means I don't read gossip mags. I do not give a shite what the latest celebrity has done with what he's said wrong, where he's put his penis or her, if she's got one, which would be quite disturbing. I don't care what celebrities do, it's their lives, there are more important things. I mean, I'm outside of computers. I love science, so I read stuff like Super Strings and the search for the theory of everything. I read Brief History of Time. I read E=mc². Sorry, that light's a bit bright behind there. A biography of the world's most famous equation. I read Hyperspace by Miko Kaku. I can never pronounce his name. So it means I'm interested in the world, I'm interested in the big picture, I'm interested in the science behind it, how it comes about, where it's going. I'm interested in the small details of the universe, the particles and stuff. I love physics, I love science, don't like sports, and I find that most geeks share that same thing, they don't like sports. It's just, we're not interested, it's unimportant. I know a lot of people would say this isn't important, but I think it, in a way, it links to the science stuff. For me anyway, because of the hardware side, it really links into the science stuff. Don't know where the gaming comes from, but I don't do that too much. I think the gaming may come, although modern gaming is a bit different, the gaming may come from the social seclusion that a geek often has as a youngster, unless he can find a person, he or she, of a similar inclination. So, that's what being a geek means to me. Just trying to look for anything else. I mean, anybody else finds up in the loft, They'd flog it on eBay or something. I'd keep that, because I know one day I'm going to get this thing working again and we'll be able to show that and play with it. I have no clue why. Probably wife doesn't know. I have no clue why we spend all our energies on these old systems. No idea. The reasoning behind that is probably for another video, but it all links into the geek again and the social seclusion of the youngster. I think that computers become their friends as youngsters, and well, they did in our age, but computers these days link up to people, so it can be a different way. But when I was young, your computer was your bestest friend. If you're a social outcast like most geeks were in the 80s and early 90s. So, I don't know, maybe that's why. But, yes, that's what it means to be a geek. It means I'm interested in this sort of stuff, interested in science, interested in the big picture, and I have no time for petty small-mindedness, gossip about people. It's their lives, as long as they're not harming anybody else, leave them to it. Was it Angelina Jolie had an operation? It was all in the news. Was that? That's her business. I don't care. It's for her to decide, not the public. So yes, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. That's what it means to be a geek. Be interested in the big picture, in the science. Not interested in football, celebrity, stuff like that. So, rambled on for a bit there, but if you want, respond to the tag, video response below. All video responses will be put up in my Facebook group and Twitter and my Google+. And if there are any really good ones, we may feature them in a future video. So, have fun, have a think, and have a response. Thank you. Go and enjoy Geek Week. Thank you very much. Oh, and it also means I live in a very small house and have a mainframe and an 80s mini computer in the living room. And a serial terminal. 2 apples. And typewriters in the living room. Strange. Thank you.
You need to quit being dirty. You're a dirty boy.